Exclamation, everybody, and welcome back to Sorcery, and we are going to attempt to find our way through these caverns yet again. So feel around on the ground, blah blah blah, feel around for a tinderbox, got it, light the torch, there we go. Alright, let's see what we can do now this time. So let's go left. You go left and creep slowly into the darkness, ears straining for the sound of passing threat, blah, blah, blah. Two stones are stacked on top of one another against the wall here. Let's go right. Go straight on. Okay, we're at the crystal seam now. And let's go straight on this time. You creep forwards through the dark. You walk down the passage for several minutes, then slip on some dirt, and the ground beneath your feet gives way. You plunge into a hidden pit and land on something soft. Look around. Not yet counting your luck, you look around, and sure enough, you're out of the frying pan and into the reptile den. You're in a pit of snakes. Oh boy. Let's try something else. Let's try climbing out, I guess. Alright, well that didn't work. The only way out is to climb. Leaving your torch by the foot of the wall, you begin the ascent. You get halfway when one of the snakes bites the torch, killing itself, but extinguishing the flame. In the darkness, the others begin to slither up after you until the wall itself is alive. You are strangled to death by 100 snakes. Okay, we gotta do a little bit better here. Let's rewind again, and let's take this adventure and feel on the ground. Blah blah blah. Tinderbox. Light the torch. Got it. All right. Let's see if I can somehow come out of this in one piece, maybe. Let's go right this time. You turn right, creeping slowly forward. The passage rises up a gentle incline. At the top, a thick crystal seam glitters in the torchlight, and the tunnel ends in a T-junction. Alright, so let's go left. You go left. Here the cave system widens. Stalactites hang from the ceiling as if about to fall and skewer you. Okay, I've seen this one before. So go straight on. You push on. The passageway slopes down a short way, then a passageway appears on your left. Two stones are stacked on top of one another against the wall here. Go straight on. You creep forwards through the dark. The tunnel twists and bends sharply as if carved by a river now long since dried away. You lose all sense of which way is which, except to keep going forward, where the passage you are following splits. There's a stacked pair of stones here as well. Go right. You take the right-hand tunnel. The cave floor here is an inch deep in water, dripping from an arched ceiling far above. The droplets that land on you are ice cold and run like sharpened claws down your back. I don't like this, Jan mutters. Water plays havoc with my wings. A few strides further on, the path you are creeping through finishes at another fork. A single stone sits by the wall. Okay, so now we're back to the single stone thing again. So, go right. The rock in the wall of the passage turns from natural stone to something carved and shaped by ancient hands. There is an occasional mark of lettering now half rubbed away by time, spelling some message of doom. Then the passage ends quite abruptly in a sealed door. Alright, so we know that this sealed door is trapped, but this time I'm going to go through it and see what happens. So push the door open. Then a catch clicks as some ominous rumbling start. Behind you, a wall is rising from the stone floor to seal off your escape. Jan squeals in alarm. What have you done? Go into the room. You push forward into the room undeterred, only to be met with an appalling sight. There are hundreds of gallons of water gushing towards you. You're swept off the ground as the room and corridor fill. You're sure to drown. Okay, so that wasn't the right way either. I don't even know what magic I would use here. Whistle away by the water. Use an item, I guess. Yeah, nope, that's it. that is another death. Man, I don't know. Let's try this again. Enter 2 stones, roll away down a slope. Okay, this is where that boulder was, I think. Go right. Alright, no, this is... Okay, we're back here at the arched ceiling. Side passage open on the right. Single stone sits by the wall. Okay, this is where I don't want to be. So, go right or go straight on. If I go straight on, is that where I want to be? Oh yeah, no. Go back. And go left. Okay. And go straight on, I guess. Then forks again. Go left. The cave walls crush in close as though the rock is squeezing you to death. Your shoulders rub against the walls. When you feel certain you can go no further, the path you are creeping through reaches a split. 2 more stones are stacked against the wall. Those rocks don't look like they fell like that, Jan remarks. Right, okay, so 2 is better than 1, I guess, apparently. Left. You squeeze into the gap in the left wall. You follow the passageway when you hear an echo of whimpering coming up the corridor. Your torchlight falls across a frail shape. Hiding in the shadows is a young Sven girl, stacking stones into hundreds of little towers. Look for traps or... Come with me. Come with me. You hold out a hand and the girl takes it and gets to her feet. We'll have to be quiet, she hisses, or else. Suddenly there is a loud roaring from the mouth of this short cavern. The walls begin to shake and crumble. The Sven's stone towers topple and scatter. To one side, a gap in the rubble begins to open, letting through a mean shaft of light, and before you can head for it, the roaring sound is joined by a scream from the Sven girl. You turn slowly and peer into the gloom back along the tunnel. Is there something moving? Something coming closer? Perhaps the roaring is the wind rushing through the tunnels. Ugh. Something is coming. Yeah, that would be probably a dragon of some sort. You hear the scrabbling sound of claws on rock, and the exit from the tunnel is blocked by a dark and looming shape. A manticore. Huge. Terrible. It stands between you and the light, and howls in bloody rage. Oh boy. Fight the creature. You draw your sword and close on the beast. Eyes focus tightly on the terrible something. I can't read it because it's blocked. Okay, let's defend. Wow, 11.9. Holy crap, I'm glad I defended. The fearsome creature paces forward, teeth bared. You drop back, raising your guard, hoping the beast will wear itself out. At the last moment, the manticore pounces, all claws off the ground and bared to plunge into your flesh. You brace yourself as it comes down and leap aside at the last moment, claws raking at your skin. Alright, it looks like he went through all of his stamina doing that. So, now it's my turn. Go. The creature snarls and snaps its jaws. You must finish this monster before it finishes you. With the rock wall at your back, you have no way to hide. But a perfect platform to spring forward. You race at the manticore just as it pounds its tail down like a hammer stroke. As it rears, you push your sword up into its exposed belly. The manticore shifts away and opens its wide jaws, which look so human, but house an impossible number of teeth, each one dripping with a mixture of saliva and I guess that's bile. I can't read it. All right, so we will defend again. All right. Warily, you move into a defensive crouch. The manticore stays low and tries to ram you. For a moment, it is close enough to smell its warm, fetid breath. The beast growls at you. The walls shiver with its fury. The Sven girl edges nearer, as if thinking of scratching the creature with her her... I can't read the rest. It's scared, she whispers to you. You might not believe me, but you've scared it. Alright, well, let's kill it then, not just scare it. In the darkness of the cave, it is hard to read the monster's intentions, but you cannot wait forever. Charging forward, you rush into the manticore, catching it in a light blow. Alright, defend. You can almost smell the creature growing enraged and drop quickly away. The manticore makes a nasty swipe with its fearsome claws, but you duck and escape real injury. You give silent thanks for your concentration. Go. The manticore laughs at you with a human expression of twisted joy. You risk an attack. Racing across the stone, you charge headlong towards the manticore. At the same moment as it comes for you with its terrible sting, you cut into it like a butcher. You have opened a deep wound in its side. The Sven girl cheers. The manticore chomps and grinds its teeth, its expression an ugly frown. Warily, you move into a defensive crouch. The manticore rushes you. At the last moment, you jump aside. You swing your arm and refresh your stance. Alright, go for broke here. Go. You spy an advantage, the kind that could change the course of a battle. Bellowing, you race at the manticore just as it charges you. You catch it rearing up and exposed. The creature crashes against one wall. Rock dust pours onto its back. But as it tries to shake itself, it stumbles. You can hardly dare to hope. The foul beast is weakened. The monster rears up onto its back legs and opens its wings to fill the room. Alright, let's defend. Get some attack power back. Warily, you move into a defensive crouch. The manticore keeps close to the floor and rushes to knock you down. You adjust your grip and shift your weight. Alright, let's go for broke again. Almost there. You must kill this creature. You rush into the manticore at the same moment as it tries to skewer you with its claws. You sink into your blade into the creature's flesh. Blood is now coursing freely through its thick fur. Okay. Let's defend. That was a good idea. You sense the creature getting angry and move quickly into a crouch. The manticore whips out with its terrible sting, but you'll leap aside to safety. You are gasping for breath. The creature's relentless assault, its sheer rage, is almost too much for you to take. The creature stretches its enormous jaws and roars. Alright, roar at this, bastard. For Analand, you cry as you charge madly towards the manticore, slipping a light strike past its outstretched claws. The manticore screams and howls in a voice that is almost human. It is dying, slowly, furiously, but nonetheless, it weakens. You can almost smell the creature coming for your blood and drop quickly into a guarded stance. The creature snaps with its knife-like teeth, but you knock it back with your sword hilt. You swing your arm and refresh your stance. The manticore roars. The ground itself seems to shake with its anger. Let's finish this bastard off. There we go. You try something. Charging forward, you race at the manticore. Your sword blade seems almost to be possessed. It finds its way past the manticore's sweeping claws, through its thick hide and down into its ancient, cruel heart. For a moment, it howls loud enough to make the walls shake. Then everything falls. Very quiet. Very quiet. 7 stamina lost. Flawless fighting. Well, thank you. Now I need to recover from that. The only noise in the chamber is the hammering of your heart and the quiet breathing of the Sven girl. Then the Minimite breaks out into a loud cheer, whooping and punching the air. You bow to him. Thank you, the Sven girl murmurs. Then, tugging at your arm, this way. She leads you towards the light, through a gap in the rocks, to a pool of sunlight in the first cavern. Escape. You wave the torch, hoping to attract attention. Tell the girl to call up. Girl, Call to your father. The Sven child nods mutely, then bawls at the top of her lungs. Proceus, I'm here! Then something drops down, a rope with a basket on the end. Get in together, the chief calls from above. We'll pull you both up. Yeah. I would. I don't think a basket's going to hold both of us. But if I send the girl up first, they probably won't pull me up. Yeah. I guess get in. Yeah, that's what I thought. You step into the basket and help the girl to clamber in with you. Ready? The Svens above begin to haul. The rope stretches and grows taut, but the basket doesn't move. The rope starts to make a squealing noise, and the basket lifts a finger width off the floor. Get out and let the girl go first. You step out of the basket and call up. Haul away! The Svens give a great cry and begin to pull again. This time the basket starts to slowly rise, spinning as it goes. The girl waves to you as she disappears up into the sunlight. Then she is gone. A minute passes. Nothing. I figured they would leave me down here. Throw down the rope. Nothing. The tunnel echoes very slightly. A noise from the depths. Perhaps the manticore was not alone. Start to climb? They have abandoned you, left you to your fate. Disagreeable creatures, their promises of gifts and rewards were all hollow. Setting down the torch, you begin to try and scale the rocky walls. It is a long and difficult climb, and you are tired. You cannot expect to make it, but you have no choice. But then a shadow falls across the entrance. Are they sealing it up? No. Something falls. The rope. And the basket. You clamber quickly in, and they haul you up. Above ground, the chief himself helps you out onto the grass. His daughter is with him, clutching his hand. My daughter tells you fight bravely, he says. For that I grateful. I invite you with us, back to Tarapani. Will you come? Sure. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I need to recover. I need to recover some stamina. So let's go back to Tarapani. A little generosity cannot hurt you. You nod. I will come. As you enter the village, it erupts into celebration. You are given a place to stay and recuperate from your long journey. A visit to the healing priest treats your wounds, and when you emerge, it is to find the village, before so somber and silent, now in full life. Flowers are tied to every rooftop, and bands of sins are playing music on long, strangely shaped lyres. You are whisked away into the dance by Proceus' daughter before the chief can welcome you to the feast. The night is glorious. That night you sleep heavily and rise the next morning to continue your journey. The chief meets you before you go. My good friend, he declares, you have saved us. He presses 2 gifts into your hands, a pouch of 10 gold pieces, ooh, nice, a fortune for a place like this, and a key. This opened the south city gate of Carré, he tells you. I hope it is use. Yes it is. All of that is good, and I'm back to 20 stamina. Excellent. Time to go. You take your leave. The path winds away from Tarapani, and soon you're on a downward slope away from the Shamantanti hills, through steeped rice fields. As you walk, you feel for the first time the loneliness of the path ahead. Though Carré is a busy city, it is cruel, and beyond Carré there is nothing but the vicious wasteland. You'll have no one to trust in the days ahead. For a brief moment, up on the hills above the path, you fancy you see a figure stealing its way along by some high and secret route. A figure all in black. But when you shade your eyes against the sun, whatever was there has disappeared. In the distance rises the wall of a great city, the first true stonework you have seen since the ruins of the giant's city in the hills. From your shoulder you feel Jan hop away into the air. I didn't mind the manticore, he hisses, but this place I'm afraid of. Take care, you'll need it. Then he buzzes away into the sky and is gone. You wonder if you'll ever see him again. And my friends, you will see me again in the next episode. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, and I will see you next time.